Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mike Bird, and I got Rob Chismark over here in Middleburg, Florida, and this is another episode of The Sticky Side. What's going on, Rob? How you doing?
I'm doing incredible, man. It's, another day in beautiful, sunny Florida.
Well,
who doesn't want to live in Florida?
As Laura raises her hand, I will not
She doesn't want to live
raise
in Florida?
my hand. I would love to live in
Wow.
Florida, actually.
What the heck is wrong with you, Laura? You understand I'm like 40 minutes away from some of the best beaches in America.
I did live in Florida. I did that once, and I'm good.
She's too young to live in
Oh,
Florida.
geez.
That's a place where people go to die.
No way. North Florida, man. It's completely different.
Oh, is it? No,
What part
okay.
of Florida
So you
do
live.
live?
I thought you lived in the middle of Florida.
I live in Jacksonville, the farthest northeast. And
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right by
as you can get.
Georgia border.
Georgia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yep.
Well,
We live right here on the St. Johns River. You know why why the St. Johns flows north, right?
Why is
Because
that?
Georgia sucks. Because
trying to get out of there.
Georgia sucks. Yeah, because Georgia sucks. It
I lived in
flows
Georgia
north.
for about 3 years. I lived in Atlanta, and I could give or take Atlanta. I don't care. I think North Carolina is a little bit better than living in the Atlanta area or the suburbs, but I don't know. I don't miss it. I can tell you that. I like Florida.
So a lot of people here in Jacksonville say that Charlotte and Jacksonville are like twin cities. They're a lot alike, is what I've been told. And then, of course, they came in the NFL at the same time. So the Panthers and the Jaguars both were born at the same time into the National Football League, which kind of solidified that whole twin city situation. But
Yeah.
we've got a little bit more. We got a little bit. Jacksonville has beaches and things like that, but Charlotte doesn't really have a whole lot of. But,
Well, has the Jacksonville Jaguars ever done anything? Have they made playoffs?
they've been to. Yeah, they've been to the AFC Championship game a couple times.
I only remember them because of Jimmy Smith, and that's been years ago because I drafted him on my fantasy team.
Oh yeah,
like 3 years in a row because he was money.
he was so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
him and Brunell and Keenan and Fred Taylor. And,
Oh
it
yeah,
was good stuff,
yeah.
man.
Well,
Good stuff.
it's Thanksgiving week, man. What's going on with you for Thanksgiving? What you got going on? The family,
Actually,
dinner, and
It's like bachelor life right now. My wife and child, they went camping in 3 hours away, somewhere in Georgia. So they're out camping. I got a couple more days. I gotta go out and do a little bit more work, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. They'll be back for the dinner, and I think maybe it might be on me to cook it. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm down with that. I'll be honest.
they're going to come back from camping to a Rob Chismark cooked Thanksgiving meal.
They might.
Sounds like April's getting over on this one, man. You get to do all the work
Or
on Thanksgiving.
pizza.
I dare you. If you do pizza, you got a video.
Don't dare me. Oh yeah, here's Thanksgiving. Who's carving this one?
Oh, I mean, you can put like
I'm gonna do DiGiorno.
You can make a Thanksgiving dinner pizza, some chopped up turkey with some cranberry sauce sprinkled on it. Get some green peas.
Good idea.
What else? Mashed potatoes on your pizza? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Maybe
Laura's
some-
phasing me out right now. She's not even listening.
Green bean casserole. Green bean casserole.
I would rather have a good green bean casserole than have turkey, actually. If we're being honest. Turkey might be the
I
worst
like
thing
turkey.
on the table.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, most of the time it is right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the dry thing. You gotta have an extra glass of wine. When the turkey's out there, choke it down. The white meat gets all dry.
Have you ever had like
Good stuff though.
Have you ever had a turkey that wasn't dry? Like, how do you cook yours? Do you bake it in the oven or do you deep fry it?
Yeah, we put it breast down in the oven. That way it keeps all the juices there. So it does keep it a little bit more moist. And then we try not to cook it so long, cook all the juices out. So get it up to that right temperature, pull it out.
Laura's over here laughing. Like, what?
He puts me breast down, too.
Oh no, it makes it
I
all
love her.
moist. Oh, oh no,
Golly.
we're 5 minutes into the show
Well,
and we're already sideways. Oh,
I'm just sideways. I'm in. No, she said breast down. She's not sideways.
uh, that would be. Well, I do use a spoon a lot for Thanksgiving dinner. The spoon position. Oh,
Stop it. Stop it. What is the matter with this
I
guy?
had the. You know what? Laura did it. She's over
Yeah.
here on her phone
Yeah.
scrolling. I'm shocked you're not playing cornhole tonight, man.
Well, we had some, like I told you, it's a little bit chillier here tonight.
Hmm.
And so people, they get a little, and this is like a holiday week. So in our school district, in our county, the kids are off from Monday all the way through the week. So a lot of people are starting their family stuff early because the kids aren't in school. So
Hmm.
everybody had something, oh, I'm going to dinner, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So we didn't play tonight, but we plan to play tomorrow. But tomorrow's supposed to be the coldest day of the
Yeah.
week. And so I'm going to cancel my outdoor event and go play about an hour away in an indoor gymnasium. So it's going to be pretty fun. I like indoor cornhole.
I wish there was
Indoor
more places here to play indoor. I just can't play a lot from where I live because everything is 45 minutes to 50 minutes away. So if I feel motivated to go play, I get up and I put on my clothes and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play. And then I talk myself out of it before I get to the car because I'm like, I don't feel like driving
it's far.
freaking 35
It's not-
miles. Yeah. But
Yeah, it's not to drive there. It's the drive back that really bothers you. That's what bothers me the most is the drive back.
And especially when
So-
you get a partner where you're probably good enough to make it to like 5th place and have to wait 2 hours. And then you're like leaving the venue at 10:30 at night, getting home at 11:15, 11:30, and got to get up and go to work in the morning. But that's just what us cornhole players do, man. We put up with shit
Right.
like that.
Yeah, but that always seems more fun in the spring. As the winter starts coming, it's like, because it gets dark so early, you're already tired by the time you got to leave for that because it's dark. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you're like, no, I'm not going. It's dark. So I like doing that in the spring when the time changes and it's daylight until 8 o'clock. And it doesn't matter what time you leave. It's still daylight out. But the drive home is always so dreadful for me.
Yeah.
But I love going other places and playing. That's how I got started in this game, was just traveling.
Yeah,
Back in 2016, I started traveling. That's when I met you. It's just one of them things. I
sorry.
think I met you the first time. First time was in like Concord, North Carolina, at a major. In that, it was like a rodeo venue, is what they used it for a lot. Remember, it was like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was one of the best venues I'd ever seen, man. And it was just awesome. So
The glory days,
I might have
man.
met you in Lakeland.
Yeah. Lakeland was
you
a
may
fun
have come
event.
down to Lakeland. I might have met you there.
Yeah. I remember meeting
was
you
good
there.
stuff.
I was like, "Who's this dude with the
that was-
beard, man? Got his face all over his cornhole bags. What the hell's going on?"
No, that was way prior. It was way before that. We didn't even debut that till 2017, I think. Or
Oh, really?
2016.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited,
Yep.
man. So tonight we've got a top ACL player on the show. We got he was number 16 in the ACL last year, Mr. Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to him. I'd never met him. I'd seen lots of videos of him online playing. I know he had a pretty good finish at one of the Opens last year. You might know more about that than I do.
He's one of my good friends, man. I've been buddies with him since I first started going to what was then called Cobb's back in Cherokee, North Carolina.
Yeah.
One night I was out there practicing really late, and this dude was out there practicing, and he was throwing bags. It was the first year, bring your own bags. And he was throwing some bags that he wasn't sure if he liked or didn't like. And I showed him some of my bags then, and he started to throw them. He actually ended up buying them and throwing what was our magnificent bag back then, and it was just, we just became friends and practiced together, threw together. I learned a lot from him, man. Just shot selection, and he's a pretty cerebral player. He really thinks through his games and talks through his games, and so it's cool to be able to throw with somebody in that situation where they're practicing for something big, and it's purposeful practice, and he'll share that time with you. So that's kind of how Ryan and I got started as buddies, and it just, we've been pretty good since then. So.
Well, let's get on and let's bring him on the show, because I want to find out his draft pick, because he's going to be the number 1 overall drafter in the ACL pro team division, I guess you call it that. So I'm kind of curious what he's going to say, man. I think he's going to go Matt Guy, but he might not even tell us. He might keep it a secret. But,
why wouldn't you go Matt Guy?
I mean, that's the way to go, man. You got to go with Matt Guy. He's got the experience. He's like 7-time king of cornhole.
He's 9 times.
9 time. I'm sorry, Matt. I took away 2 of those. And walking around with his championship belt, doing the Ric Flair woos. I mean, I think you got to go with Matt Guy. And then after that, go strategic. Just hope there's some good players, because I think by the time it gets back to him, 31 players are going to be off the board, plus 1, including himself. And then that's where you got to do your homework and figure out who's compatible, who you play good with, who plays good with each other,
Yeah, that's unbelievable, man. I don't even know what strategy you go into. 256 pros with the skill level being where it is. It's crazy. You just hope there's chemistry, You just try to draft chemistry. Maybe bags. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to it, man. Can't wait.
Let's get on with it. All right, we're going to take a little break, and when we be back, we got Ryan Smith on the sticky side. Wait, who we got on tonight, Rob? Who we got
in
on?
The Great White North. Like, he's a superstar. This dude is a superstar. D1, defensive back in his day in college. We got the absolutely incredible Ryan Smith.
What's going on, guys?
Ryan Smith in the house. What's going on, Ryan?
Not much, man. Just chilling. How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I guess Rob's freezing over there in Florida, but
I'm freaking cold, man. I'm freaking cold.
Well, yeah, man. So thanks for being on the show, Ryan. Man, we appreciate you taking the time out, being on the sticky side.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So like Rob was talking, you played a little football in college. 2010, 2013, you played with James Madison University. You were a defensive back, like a safety, right? Yeah.
Yep.
How'd that go, man?
It was awesome, man. I mean, what's up?
I was just gonna say, is it true you went there as a receiver though?
Yeah. So I before I actually went to James Madison, I was at Marshall for a semester. And then I transferred to James Madison second semester freshman year, and then because I played receiver at Marshall, and then I came into James Madison, and I just looked at how the offense was run and everything, and I was like, I could play more if I went on the defensive side, so I rolled that way.
Were you a lockdown safety?
I like to think I was.
Yeah. Cool, man. That's pretty cool. You are our first former football player ever on the show, so there you go. You got that little I don't know, a little trophy, a little milestone for us anyway. We're good with that. So hey, what happened, man? Yeah, I guess the NFL wasn't something that you were looking into. I mean, it's hard. Like, I guess like less than 5% of college players make it to the NFL. Might be smaller than that. Did you have an opportunity?
That's correct. I mean, we had our pro day and things like that. We had a couple of linemen and that scouts were looking at, but me as a 5'9" defensive back, it's kind of hard to make it to the next level. But you got to ball out and be exceptional, like the Honey Badger or somebody.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I played, and then once the season ended and stuff, I kind of just started applying to jobs and went that route.
Oh, I'm kind of curious. What was your 40 time at your peak?
My lowest, I stopwatch. I hit a 4.47. I think 4.47.
Rob used to run like a 4.42, right?
No, I really did run like a 4.6, but never a 4.47.
See, I was
guys like that run away from me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, damn, Rob, you go.
Yeah, I was pretty fast.
Yeah,
I called myself Fathletic back in the day, and I was fat, but still athletic.
Fathletic.
Yeah, Fathletic, bro.
Can we make that your new nickname, Fathletic? That's pretty cool, actually.
Whatever you want, man.
So, like back in my Army days when I was 20, that was like almost 30 years ago. I could run pretty fast too. I was that dude, man. I would like in pick up games of football. I'd run by him, and I remember, man, I was in AIT, which is like Advanced Identifier Training School outside of basic training. Once you go to basic, you go to that. And we were playing like a little flag football game, and I ran past this dude, and he goes, "Damn, bro, did you run track?" I was like, "No, man, this is U.S. Army." Because they train you good. Now my 40 time is probably 10.5 at least. Yeah.
Oh man, mine takes 2 days now. I take about I'm like a 2-day guy. Ryan does still work out now. I don't know if you noticed, but whenever Ryan's on TV, there are no sleeves. Remember how you used to do it? Yeah, Ryan does it too. There are no sleeves. His shirts don't have. You know why, right? The kid wears a medium shirt, but the sleeves will not fit his arms.
Yeah,
he might have the biggest arms in the pro division. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, no,
a 5'9" guy.
Eric Ryder could probably give him a run, right? Eric's got some.
I don't think so, man. No? I don't think so, man. Ryan, I'm telling you, man. Ryan he's in the gym. What, Ryan? You're in there 6 days and 4 arm day, right? You do arms from shoulders to forearms.
You know what? Surprisingly, I'm weak. My bench is weak. Deadlifts and squats is my main list.
Yeah. Well, that's not surprising being a former football player, man. You got to have strong legs, man. So, I mean, I'm the complete opposite. I was a bencher and upper body and arms, and I got like, I don't know.
Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo.
Like the toothpick legs. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I always wear
Laura's
pants.
dying over there. Look at the poor girl. She's dying. I love it.
I'm on the beach wearing Levi's. Yeah. Nobody can see these legs.
Hey, but when your upper body's so big, nothing grows if they don't get no sun. You know what I'm saying? Your upper body was so big,
it blocks it all out.
Casting a shadow over them tiny little legs.
Your lower body gets eclipsed 24/7. It gets more sunlight in the bed sheets than it does out in the sunlight.
Jeans everywhere, bro. I get it.
All right, hey Ryan, man. So what brought you from college football? I mean, a great player in college. What brought you to playing cornhole?
Well, after college, like a few years after I finished up, my brother Sean took me to a blind draw at Buffalo Wild Wings. A lot of local guys go there and play, and I went there. I didn't think much of it. Like, this is similar to Horseshoe. So went out there. I did okay, but got smoked by some of the top guys at the time. So it made me want to go buy bags and a set and like practice and get good. So that's kind of where it took off from there. That was back in 2014, 15. Get
good. I mean, you're like in the top 20 at ACL, man. And there's the top 20. It's got names like Jamie Graham, Matt Guy. The list goes on and on. I can name them all night. These guys are at the top of their game and been playing for years. And you're right there with them, man. So, and I read on something, one of your websites that I was reading today. Maybe it's Cornhole Addicts. You only practice like 30 to 60 minutes a day, when these other guys are practicing 3 to 5 hours a day. I mean, that's teach his own. If you need to do that to get the muscle memory and get good work in, then go ahead. But
me personally, that's way too much. I don't go to many blind draws. When I practice, it's me by myself practicing. So after I leave the gym or work, I'll throw for 30 minutes to an hour. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I feel like I'm lights out, I won't push it too much because then I'll start trying random stuff. So try to get a good amount of work in and then call it quits.
What kind
That's
of
one
random?
of the things about sorry about that.
No. Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
That's one of the things I was going to say about Ryan is like he truly takes an off season. He gets away from the game. He remembers his football days. You know what I'm saying? He approaches it like a real season, and he'll take his time off. And then all of a sudden, as the season gets closer, you'll see Ryan going into these couple regionals here and there and doing his thing, and kind of like his own preseason on the way to the pro season, and then he comes on the pro season just like gangbusters, bro. He's just unreal. Like it was last year in Wichita where you had that just crazy run, wasn't it?
Yeah, Wichita and Florida finished. Both of them were pretty solid finishes.
Tell us about it.
Yeah,
Who'd you play?
What's that?
Tell us about that finish. Like, who did you play in that tournament? What was that tournament? Ryan, Rob probably knows. I don't. Was that
Wichita, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wichita's singles, I'm assuming you're referring to. I was rolling. I got to the winners final. I had to play Jay Rubin. I was up. I was rolling. I was up 18-6 in the winners final and somehow blew it.
Oh wow!
I was rolling through the day like I was just on a mission, and I was on a mission for a good part of that game. But until you hit 21, it ain't over. So Jay got on a roll, and he came back, and I believe the final score was 21-18 or 21-19 or something like that. I ended up finishing third in the bracket, which is pretty damn good for the level of talent. So
I'm going to say Jay Rubin's no slouch, man. We had him on the show, Rob, and he puts up videos. He put up one today. He threw through a mailbox. You know, it was like it was an airmail through a mailbox slot. Did you see that, Rob?
No, I didn't
weird.
Look at it.
So I commented on it, and I was like, okay, how many takes did that take? And he goes, it took him at least 30 tries with 4 bags. So, you know, it's still not bad, but, you know, Jay Rubin is a great player. Wow. So to
he's
be like
awesome,
that.
Man. He's always practicing and putting the time in. So, and that's, I mean, yeah, Jay's a beast, but that's like everybody now. I feel like everyone's doing the same thing, whether they're recording it or not.
Yeah.
It's getting that talented in the division.
Yeah, and you make a good point. He's one of the only ones showing all that online. Just imagine how many other people can actually play at that level that aren't showing their stuff. They want to show it to you in the actual tournament and catch you by surprise, get you off guard.
Definitely.
The skill level of the players nowadays is ridiculous, you know.
Yep. So you definitely got to stay on your game and stay polished when playing in the pro division, because I mean you're not going to stand a chance just going out there and winging it, showing up to a tournament. You might get lucky with a few wins, but if you want to make a big run and win some, you're gonna have to put in the time.
Yeah, definitely.
So Ryan, what is your most memorable win? Because I know I've been following you. We've been buddies since 2018. I think is when we actually first met and started hanging out and throwing bags together. What's your most memorable win throughout that career and in the pro division as well?
Probably most memorable for the pro division was when where were we at? Green Bay, Wisconsin, when I was with Timmy, and we made that run in doubles. I had hit, I think it was a game against Jimmy McGuffin and Josh Lunsford. I hit an airmail. I think it was to send us to the winners final. I hit an airmail drag 2. That was awesome. That wasn't even like a broadcast or recorded or anything, but that win was crazy.
And that
was, I don't even know when that was, like in 2017, I think 16, 17, one of them.
Isn't that the way that works, Ryan? Like your most memorable shots, nobody videotapes.
I know.
It's happened to me several times. I'm like, where in the hell's the camera? Where's my live feed now? I get nothing.
Now you get all the shots you don't want.
Oh, exactly.
Everything gets captured now.
Oh, man, yeah. I got on the live feed a couple of years ago before I went on my hiatus, and I remember I lost. I can't even remember who my opponent was. I lost like 21-5. So embarrassing. I was like, really? You going to put this on the damn live feed? It was an ACL event. I don't know if you played ACL before you got in the ACL. Actually, you're probably just strict ACL. You didn't start in the ACL at all, did you?
I played some cornhole before, but I really got on the scene, the ACL and the pro division when that started up.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
There's so in the pro shootout in Atlanta, they kind of just started miking up players, right? I want to know first, did you go back and watch yourself when you were mic'd up in that game? And what is that the kind of stuff that you say to yourself all the time when you're preparing to make a shot?
Not all the time. I needed to switch some stuff up. Before Atlanta, I don't know if you've been following, but I had made a couple of championship runs in doubles and then singles. The first shootout, I just kept coming up short. So I needed to change something up. I was just getting frustrated. So back home, back here, when I'm practicing by myself, I'm talking to myself. I'm listening to music. So I wanted to get back in that, get back in that comfort zone and stuff. So when they mic'd me up and things, and I, started sipping a couple cold ones at this event, I just started feeling more like myself. I'm like, come on, you got this. So I started talking to myself like I do here and guiding myself through certain situations on the board and things like that. And I felt it was helping out, and I got in a groove, and yeah, I just got locked in there.
Well, and is that? Did you go back and watch? Did you go back and listen to yourself and see that? Or
yep.
Yeah.
I went back.
And when you do that, like in that situation, for instance, do you critique what's going on after you hear yourself talk to yourself, right? And then you see the shot. Do you critique that kind of stuff? Do you have a new conversation? Are you now talking to yourself on TV? How does that work?
Well, I don't always talk to myself. So usually when I go back and watch, the broadcast and things like that, usually I turn the sound off. I turn the comments off. I just want to have a clear mind. I don't want to hear what everyone else is saying, things like that. I just want to look at it and either see where I did good or see where I screwed up and could have did something different. I like to just look at it like that.
Almost.
Yeah, I guess that's back to my football days, because there was when we had to look at film every Sunday after games, there was no crowd noise, no nothing. It was just a screen, and it showed every play where you either screwed up or did good on. You just watched it and you took notes, and you just, you just improved from your mistakes or things you did good. You wanted to keep doing that. So that's kind of how I do with going back and watching games and things like that.
Taking you back to your college football days, what's that room like the day after a game when you watch film with the coach? How's the coach, man? Is he laying into you? Or is he being nice about it, saying, Ryan, you need to watch your coverage over here? Or is he just like, fucking Ryan, what are you doing, man? Come on, get on your shit.
Yeah, depending on what happened in the game before. But if we didn't do good and we got our ass kicked, then, it was what you said second. It was a lot of chewing out. But, it was a learning curve and things too, though. So it's great to watch, when you do things wrong or you half-ass or something, you go back and watch it like, what was I doing here? What was I even thinking? So it helps you improve. If you're going back and watching things and you see where you made mistakes, you're less likely to make the same mistake again since you watched it,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like to go back and do it. Even if it's a game I know I got the shit beat out of me, or a game I just didn't do good, I want to watch it anyway and see what happened.
Yeah, you are your own coach in cornhole. You don't have anybody to curse at you at a projector screen or a dry erase board saying, "Hey, you missed your sign here."
You could.
You got to curse your own self. What was that?
Definitely. I said you could do that, but you definitely gotta just gotta judge yourself honestly and do things that's gonna help improve your game and make you the most successful. So
yeah. Do you find listening to music during a game, does that help you more? Does this take you
It
away?
varies. I do both things. Singles, off the broadcast singles, I'm usually listening to music. I'm in my own world. Usually it's EDM music. It just gets me going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I'm in a club in my head jamming. Like I'm in a whole different world. I'm in a zone. So it gets me going. Then on the broadcast, I try to get involved with the crowd and things. So I don't wear headphones, and I just like that whole atmosphere by itself there.
Yeah. Who do you play doubles with?
Eric Anderson is who I'm going to be doing the pro doubles with this year. So we're looking to make a run. We'll be partnered up here in a few weeks at the Virginia Beach Open.
That's right. Eric did mention that when he was on the podcast. He did, right,
Yep.
Rob? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Last season was kind of a little bit of a shit show for you in doubles. I mean, you and Eric Stowe were kind of together for a while, and then you and Eric Anderson made a couple of runs together, and that was with Curtis Kearns you were playing that shootout in Atlanta with, right? So you were all over the map.
Well, yeah, I didn't declare partners, so I just kind of winged it, and then so happened I was able to get 2-3 nationals in with Eric Stowe, because something came up with his partner. So we did pretty solid, but it definitely feels good, going into the season with having a partner. We all on the same page with as far as bags and play style and all that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
What happened in the beginning of last year? Because I had heard a couple of stories. They were just rumors, because I never confirmed with you about you were kind of thinking about playing, not playing. I had heard that you were just unsure if you were going to continue as a pro, or you're going to take a season off. What was that all about? Can you talk about it?
Yeah, so I won't go too much into it, but just the gist of it. I just had some things going on. I just hit 30, life things, some mental health issues, things like that. So I had told James Washington, who was my partner at the time, like, hey man, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing this upcoming season, so I don't want to leave you hanging. So that's why he, found another partner. He ended up partnering with Mike Harvey. So I just, took some time off and just got my head right and stuff. And all along I was still practicing, so no one knew what I was doing. I just showed up to the Florida National.
Yeah, that was weird, dude. You got there late a little bit. And
I only played singles.
You surprised everybody,
singles.
bro. Right. So you surprised everybody. I mean, surprised the heck out of me. It was bad. It was like it was weird for me, just because I feel like you and me are friends, not just cornhole guys. We've talked about this, that, and the other, life and stuff. And I really didn't want to reach out, because you had said, you just said mental health issues. And I'm just glad to see you're back. Are you healthy? Are you looking forward to next year? Are you ready for it? Is everything back to normal? Are you, is everything back to good? What's the...
Yeah, so everything's good. I mean, everyone still has their life issues here and there, but for the most part, definitely everything's good. And I'm looking forward to this season, man. I'm so pumped. I'm trying to calm myself down over here. So I'm just ready to rock and roll into this. I think I've corrected some of my mistakes from last year and different mindsets. So I'm just ready to roll.
It's good, man, to take a break every once in a while and step back, and that you realized you needed to take a step back and get yourself right. I mean, it's happened to me before. I did it back in 2017. I played for years, man, like 7 years in a row. I was like diehard with the ACO, and I was a part of that organization. I was a part of the hierarchy. I was a commissioner, and sometimes you just gotta just clear your mind and take a break, step aside, and then you come back refueled, energized, and ready to conquer it. I'm not quite there yet. Maybe one day I will get back in there. It's not mental with me now. It's more physical. This damn body just wants to fall apart every time I do anything. It's like, damn. But, yeah, I get it, man. And props to you for recognizing you need to take a step back, because a lot of people don't, man. And, they let it get to them. So, yeah.
Yep, definitely, yeah. So, most of it's behind me. So, yeah, I'm just so pumped and looking forward to just rolling into this thing, man. I'm pumped.
Who's your sponsor? You got a sponsor?
BG Cornhole, Rich and Graham. That's my main sponsor. Eric and I will be throwing BG bags. My local crew is Beltway Baggers. They're awesome. They always have love and support for me. And then Brandon with Gladiator, always repping the glove, man. He's always looking out, so I appreciate that.
No. And you live in Herndon, Virginia, and it's funny. Our producer, Laura, used to live in Herndon. She was telling me that earlier.
Nice.
I lived in Leesburg, so I was your
Leesburg,
neighbor
okay,
for a short time. But
You told me you lived in Herndon.
Well, if I had said I lived in Leesburg, you would have been like, you don't know what the relation of Herndon to Leesburg is.
Okay.
I lived by the Whole Foods. You know where I'm at.
I got you, Laura. Yeah, the people outside, you just got to give them a general area.
He don't know.
So that's basically like me saying I live in Raleigh, but I live in Creedmoor.
I could have said I lived in the White House.
In a White House. What, the one on Pennsylvania Avenue? What?
1800, right? 1600 Pennsylvania.
Oh. So you played football at James Madison for 2010, 2013. So I didn't look it up, but I'm sure you played defense. I'm sure there were some offensive players that ran through James Madison as opponents that you played at probably NFL right now, or at least some prospects from back then. Is there ever a tackle that you made where you were like, holy shit, I should have just like tripped over my own feet on that one because that hurt?
I mean, it was like that for all the tight ends. I mean, I'm 5'9", 180 pounds. These tight ends are like 6'5", 250, huge running back. So I'm like chopping at knees and ankles, like But yeah, a couple of them I ran up on them, and I just had to take it head on. I'm like, just come down with me, so it's not I don't get ran over like Derrick Henry's doing all those grown men in the league.
Oh my
god!
God!
As long as I got a piece of you when you go down, it counts. So.
Derrick Henry makes grown men look like rag dolls. It's crazy. That stiff arm. He's got the best stiff arm in the game ever, I think.
Yeah, that's like a creative player, man. He's like, what, 6'3", 6'4", 240, 5. And,
straight muscle.
Has like 99 speed. He can still break a 90-yard run just like he's 180 pounds. So it's crazy.
Did you ever play against anybody that made the NFL?
Yeah, we played against some guys. My freshman year, Victor Cruz was at UMass. The salsa dancer that played the Giants.
New York Giants. Yeah.
Yep, I didn't actually play against him, but I was there when he was with UMass. There was a lot of linemen and things. I'm trying to think of a big name.
Weren't you on the team that beat Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I was. So that was my sophomore year. Yep,
Tyrod was on that team, and
they were ranked 13th in the nation when we beat Tyrod Taylor and Virginia Tech. So that was like our Super Bowl.
Tyrod Taylor. Yeah, he was Buffalo Bills quarterback for a while, I believe.
Yeah, he's with the Houston Texans. They just beat Titans actually yesterday. So yeah,
he was throwing the ball, right? It was him at quarterback. Yeah.
That was good.
I was going to ask you what your team is.
I'm the Washington football team, unfortunately.
Ryan, this was a good interview. I'll see you later, bro. Nice. Hey, peace out.
We got a couple big wins.
Y'all just beat my Panthers yesterday, man. I'm like,
and then we beat Tampa the week before. So we're on a little roll right now.
Look, didn't we used to have that Heineke guy? He was our quarterback for a while.
Shit, that's what I meant to tell you. So I completely forgot about Heineke. He played at Old Dominion when I was at James Madison, so I actually played against him. Yeah, I played against him for 2 years, so I completely forgot about that.
Really? Oh, look, he played for the Panthers, didn't do shit. Then he goes to the Washington football team and lights up the Panthers yesterday. I'm like, oh my god! And
so I always knew he was a passer. In college, he would throw for like 300, 400, 500 yards every
That's
day.
ODU.
Like,
he was at ODU. They just spread the hell out of it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, the Panthers defense had nothing.
You were tired after you played ODU.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, look, so that coaching staff for the Panthers, they got rid of Cam Newton for a reason. I get it. They want to bring him back. He's on the couch. He's 100% healthy. But, man, he just he couldn't lead them back yesterday. And I like Cam Newton. I don't like Sam Darnold. I don't think Sam Darnold's the answer for the Panthers, but I don't think Cam Newton is either. And I think they just got Cam Newton because he was the only thing available. And I'll say the defense didn't help Cam yesterday because they made Heineke look like damn Tom Brady. Like, he lit it up. That was
they
ridiculous.
definitely did. Yeah, they definitely did that. Yeah, I think Cam's just a temporary fix for now. They'll probably either try to make moves in the offseason or the draft, because there's a couple of quarterbacks that's probably get shuffled around at the end of the season. So,
they gave Darnold so much money, though. They extended him, and oh, my gosh.
Why did
he
they
looked
do
good
that?
He looked good for the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he turned back into Sam.
Yeah, well, for the first 3 weeks,
they play.
they had C-Mac, and C-Mac just came back, but he still didn't work. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Congratulations to your Washington football team, man. I hope y'all get a name. Actually, at this point, y'all don't need a name. I think y'all should just stay with the Washington football team.
Yeah, I agree, because the names they've been coming up with don't sound good at all. I'd rather just stay with the Washington football team.
Yeah.
Are you mad they're not the Redskins anymore since that's how you grew up?
I mean, it's today's world. Doesn't surprise me because a lot of sports are changing their names, their nicknames, and things. So I saw it coming, so it doesn't really surprise me or make me mad or anything. I mean, I do have a lot of jerseys and apparel, but I saw it coming, so it is what it is.
Well,
right.
Like Redskins jerseys and the logo and all that old school apparel looks a lot better than a W on a red shirt. I mean, hey, Rob, so we've been talking about this for a couple episodes, and now we got the man on the show with the number one draft pick. So we can pick his brain right here. Like, he's smiling. He's probably not going to give us too much information on this, but we're going to ask him anyway.
Why wouldn't he reveal it? It's not – nobody can trade into a spot. It's not revealing anything.
This ain't like NFL draft. You can, trade up.
I kind of wish it was, man. Ryan would probably trade down a couple spots and grab somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but –
well, look.
Come on, Ryan.
I'd trade to 12.
That's
what I would trade to 12. So I can get double picks.
So this was
I just want the double picks.
Like,
right away.
If me and Rob did a mock draft, my number one pick would be Mac Guy. So I'm curious to see what your number one pick's going to be.
So I got asked this last week, and I'm going to give you guys the same answer. Honestly, I haven't looked into it because I'm just focused on doubles and singles right now for the Open coming up. But I mean, at first glance, it's very hard to look past Matt Guy. The dude, I played him in the winners final in the Ohio Open a few weeks ago. In the winners final, I lost 21-3, and I threw a 10-2-9. Like, the dude is just is unbelievable. Like, I was like, I went back. I was like, I don't think I threw this bad. I threw a 10-2-9. He threw like an 11-3-5 or something crazy. I'm like, how the hell do you get beat 21-3 and throw that good? It's nuts. And I watched other games. He did the same thing. He was like averaging. It's like dude's. I'm like, it's hard to look past him. So
yeah,
without looking at anything, I would pick Matt. But it's doubles teams and things like that. So I got to go back and look at all the other dudes that are available and females and stuff that are available and figure out, all right, does it make sense to get Matt, or should I look at someone else that I can partner up with another person and bags and
Aren't
all
they
that?
running singles too? I thought they were running singles.
It's all doubles.
Oh my gosh!
So
you would want that doubles pick then?
So I gotta look at that. But at the same time, after I have this first pick, everybody's going to be gone by the time it's going to be a lot of people gone by the time it gets back down to me. So I gotta figure that out once. Probably after the Open next week. I'll probably jot down all the names and figure out, probably try to put people in tiers or something and figure out who I need to target. It's
16 picks in the first round, right? And it's a snake draft, so you get back-to-backs going into the second round.
Well, it's got to go all the way down, though. It's going to start at the top, and so it's going to be a lot of people gone by the time it gets back down to me after my first pick.
Yeah, there's going to be, 31 people gone off the board by the time it gets back down to you.
Well, 31 plus the 16 captain, so you're looking at about 40. 47 people gone, and they're. I mean, looking at the you say you didn't look into it, but you know what the captain's list looks like at least. So knowing what the captains, I mean, what do you see how do you see this draft going? If your partner is available, isn't that kind of a smart pick in the first round, especially if you're at the bottom of the first round? Let's say Trey's got the last pick. His doubles partner is available, Alex Rawls. Don't you think that's the smart pick for him?
You would think, but I mean, people could also be thinking, all right, let me just take the best person available, and then as far as matching myself up, there's someone else that later in the draft that throws the same bags that I know I can win with, or I think you might go that route. I mean, it's going to be, it's a lot to think about. People could be drafting all people from their bag companies, their friends. It's a whole bunch of things. Do you have a philosophy? No, I haven't thought about any of that yet, but I can tell you, we're our own captain, so I'm trying to draft the best team to win it. So,
hey Rob, I can see what Ryan's going to do, man. Day of the draft, 2 hours before the draft, he's going to get a printout of the names, and that's the first time he's going to look at it, and he's going to be like, okay,
I believe it.
But the thing is, that would help me though is I watch so much cornhole, I watch so many videos and things. I probably know a good chunk of the 256 pros already, and I know their style and how they play and what bags they throw. I know a good chunk of them already. Some of the newer ones I'll have to go figure out who the hell they are and get into that. Mm-hmm. But I know most of them just because I've watched so much on social media and things. I just know a lot of people already.
So you're watching.
So you're not only going to have the first. You're not only going to have the first pick, but you're going to have. Oh no, you'll have the first pick in the 15th round because there's really only going to be 15 rounds, right? Is that how it's going to go? Because it's teams of 16, I think. So you'll actually have the first pick in the first round and in the 15th round. So, but if they had 16 rounds, you'd have the first and the last pick of the draft. That would be pretty cool. And I'd just like to throw my name out there for the last pick of the draft.
Here we go. Shameless plug for Rob Chesmark there.
I said last pick of the draft. I want to be 256, bro. Well,
Mr. Irrelevant.
240. Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. 240.
Rob, I think you're going to go before 256. I think you're going to go in the middle somewhere.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Depends on how deep your pockets are.
If it's doubles and you can pair me with the right guy, I can do some crazy stuff just because.
I gotta look at the rules of it, but I'm pretty sure it's all doubles. So that's another thing. You can't just draft a singles team and then guys can't throw a bag or they don't like the person or whatever. You're just gonna lose games. So
that's right. That's true. Yeah.
So
I thought they were gonna do it. You know how they do the Conference Cup every year?
That's what I thought, but. That's what I thought, but then I thought I saw something where it's just straight doubles. So it'll be 8. Okay. Each team will have 8 doubles teams.
Okay. Wow. And I think only 7 play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure something. Yeah, it's something along those lines. Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait.
You looking forward to that new format?
It'll be interesting. There'll be a lot of feeling out at the first event to see how it goes, but it sounds fun, something like I feel like it's fun, but, stress-free, before, everyone gets into, the doubles and singles, this is just a happy, everyone's going to be competitive, but it's just something you can just take a deep breath and relax and play with everybody and different people you may not get to play with, on a regular basis and things like that. So I like it from that aspect.
Well, it's a good way to introduce yourself to other pros in the league if you don't know them. Good icebreaker between the players. I'm kind of jealous. I'd love to be a part of it, but I think Rob was talking about wanting to go there and do a show. When is that again, Rob?
December 9th and 10th or 10th and 11th coming up. And that's second weekend in December. So.
What are you talking about?
The draft.
The draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it's the second weekend in December.
Yeah.
10th and 11th or 9th and 10th. I'm not sure which. But
yeah, I think
I'm going. Are you going? Are you going to Rock Hill?
No, I'm not going because I'm actually planning a flag state championship that same weekend, so I'll be drafting and playing flag football.
This dude here,
so
boy.
still playing football. Look at him.
Like a fantasy draft.
I forgot he's still young, man. He's still got his legs.
Bro. You better get your pick in. They're gonna move you to the back of the draft.
I'll have a sheet. I wonder if they'll have like a best available. You know, like if you do the online drafts and people take too long, it's just like go by the rankings and then it's such and such that answer. You just have this person. You know what I mean? Like,
bro.
Hey,
no, you would think though, because what if somebody gets like their screen freeze or they just forget to get on, and they don't give a pick? Then after like a couple minutes, you think it would just go to like, okay, whoever's ranked 23rd automatically goes to this person, and then
that'd be cool.
Just keeps it going.
Yeah.
I would think it would go like that.
I wouldn't trust.
Bet you there's going to be a lot. Have you found out? Have you heard how many are actually going to be there? Because I thought a lot of the captains were planning to be on site.
Yeah, I think a good amount are going there.
How does the first pick in the draft not even show up?
I know. I wish it was another weekend.
You got to show up in a tux.
No, I would have, man. But my flag team will give me shit if I didn't show up there because I agreed to play in the flag state championships every year. It's the second weekend in December.
You play receiver and DB on that team? What is it?
Yeah,
6 man, 7 man? What
is it? It's 8 man.
8 man, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually hike the ball then? You hike the ball, have 2 linemen or 3 linemen?
There's a whole you can have however many you want. There's so many different rules in flag football. It's But I go out there to run around and chit talk and have a good time.
Reliving your glory days, man. We get it. I was the same way with softball until I hit 40, and then it just like went downhill. I mean, you could definitely, as you're in your defensive position, have your phone with you and just like text in your picks to Trey. You know, let me get Matt guy number 1, then I'll get back to you in 20 minutes.
It's funny, at least, golly.
End up auto drafting your cornhole team like I do my fantasy team, and end up with 2 kickers and 3 defenses. Yeah, in last place in my league this year again.
You're gonna have Rob Chismark and April Chismark on your team, bro.
And then you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I got Rob Chismark, damn it."
That's gonna be great. I can't wait, Ryan.
Oh man.
Heck yeah, let's do this, Ryan.
Oh, you guys are funny.
Oh, that's gonna be good times, man. That's gonna be good times.
But no, I'll make sure before I go out because I want to say the draft starts that Friday. I could be wrong, but I thought it started Friday. Maybe it's Saturday, but either way, before then the plan is to have
Friday, like prime time.
Yeah, the plan is to have some sort of sheet of who I want to get and just like so I can just cross people off, ask others, draft them, and so I know who's available and go from there. So even if I'm not by my computer, as long as I have a phone and this sheet either on my phone or just the sheet in my hand, I can still pick somebody.
Yeah. Did you make
What's your team name? Because they named all the teams.
No, so the way that goes is since I had the first pick in the draft, it's going 16 up to 1. Trey gets the first pick of team name. So basically I don't get to pick my team name. I'll get whoever the last one left after everyone picks.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the draft. That's part of the draft is your team name?
No, I think it's just something different. So since I get the first pick in the draft, Trey gets the first pick of the team name. So I don't know if that's going before. I'm assuming it's going to go before the draft.
Right.
So I'm confused. Are the team names like predetermined already, and then
they have the
pre-made
names?
Yeah. They already have the 16 names, and then Trey will look at the list and pick which of the 16 he wants, and then I get whatever's left, the last one left that nobody wants.
So what are some of these team names, Rob? I know you got insider view over there.
No, they posted them all. I haven't even really looked to see what they all are, but that's
I couldn't. I like woodchucks and gushers and carpet. Something I don't know. There's
And Laura looks at me when you say gushers. I'm like, what is that for?
I'll probably end up with gushers or woodchucks, one of those two or something like that.
In my defense, I thought woodchucks and gushers was like the team name.
The woodchucks
and gushers. I thought that was like one whole team name.
There's two. There's
like
two
we're getting wildly creative here.
Yeah, I was trying to find it. I don't know what happened to the list. I had it somewhere, but there's some funny names on there.
Oh, they're probably all pre-made because that division right there I see being on TV a lot. I think that's the whole reasoning behind this division. I bet just to give something to put on ESPN or CBS.
Well, like Trey said, I think they're trying to sell this to real investors to actually own teams. So this year, with players actually being the general manager, that may switch around. That may change in the future, where there's actually a general manager of a cornhole team. So
yeah, that would make sense. Or maybe somebody could buy it, like a NASCAR team.
That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, somebody buy your team. But wouldn't that change every year, though, as the rankings change? So, I mean.
Well, yeah, but I think that then it'd be more of a keeper league, if you know what I mean. It would almost become its own division, its own thing, and be somewhat of a keeper league. And Ryan Smith will stay, nobody's going to cut Ryan Smith. But he's probably going to hold out, though. If I know Ryan, he's going to hold out for the dollar.
I see this being a big money thing possibly in the future. I mean, the way cornhole's grown in the past couple of years, man, you never know. This could be something. It's like a NASCAR team, but I mean, NASCAR and cornhole's two different worlds. You're talking a difference of millions of dollars,
Right.
Yeah, but I could see it. It would be pretty cool to get this sort of formatted that way. I'm
gonna let you know they offer me tens of dollars, and I'm going. Tens of dollars.
Rob, we just need you to show up and just announce a little bit, and boom, he's there. Yeah.
$40. I'm in.
Yeah, man. So I mean, the ACL, it's turning the game into like a mainstream sport. If it's not there yet, but I think it will be. Enough people like it. Enough people play it. People are getting familiar with the players. We had Frank Modlin on, and he was talking about how fans walking up to him, and wanting autographs and stuff like that. So I mean, and Ryan, you yourself, man, you're identifiable as a great player. It's been on TV, and I'm sure you're just on the cusp of that, walking around the mall and be like, "That's Ryan Smith. I just saw him at the bar the other day." And come up to you and get a photo op. So, yeah, man.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Has that happened? I know you are definitely unique and individual, especially with the no sleeves. I think you wear sleeves most of the time when you're out in public. So you might be a little harder to recognize out there in public.
Yeah, you might need to have a sleeveless wardrobe.
The fact that you got your sleeves on.
Stay in roll 24/7.
Only a handful of times, just completely random, like at a mall or something. But if I go to like a cornhole event in a different area that I'm not familiar with, there's always a lot of new people coming up to me that I haven't met before, saying they see me on TV and pictures, autographs, things like that. And it's pretty damn cool to have that happen. You do feel like a celebrity or something. So it's like it just motivates you to want to stay good and keep improving your game, so you can keep getting those broadcast finishes and appearances and things like that.
Do you remember though, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago, we were sitting there, we were in Cherokee, North Carolina, and they couldn't even fill the bracket for the event. They couldn't even fill the bracket. And it's crazy that it's done what it's done since then. Now they sell out the entire world championship in 9 minutes. I mean, isn't that incredible to see that growth? We've been the foundation of the game in this league, and it's just unbelievable just to see it, man.
Yeah,
you and Sean
crazy.
Down there practicing.
Sorry. It's definitely it's rocketed since then, man. It's just new talent is just pouring in every damn couple of weeks. It's just like someone new bursting on the scene, and everybody's wanting to practice and get good at it. And it's like, it's one of those things. It's like muscle memory. You practice long enough, you have no other choice but to get good. I mean, if you get a set of bags you like, a good form, and just practice the hell out of it until you get it down packed.
It's one of those games. It's one of those games that if you're not good, it's because you don't want to be good. I know guys that I was throwing with in 2017, 2016, that they were awful. Like if you drew them in a blind draw, you were like, oh God, and, you're like, oh no, we're not going to win. But now these guys are lights out. They've gotten so much better, and it's like you said, it's muscle memory. And with the organizations that are out there now, I mean, the ACL is the most prominent or the most prestigious one. They're the ones where the pros are identified more. They have the outlets like ESPN, CBS, NBC. They've got the great live stream. They've got all the marketing, all the sponsors. But there are other ones out there like the CCL, the TCL, the ACO. Those are the three bigger ones that I can think of. There might be some more out there. I know there's some out on the West Coast. Rob, you got a pretty good organization down in Florida, don't you?
But it's ACL based. So.
Yeah. But like all these other organizations are bringing to the cornhole player pot the pool, which is making the ACLs a lot bigger, man. Because eventually these players that play in these other organizations see you guys on ESPN, and they want to be like you. They want to make that spot, and a lot of them think they can, and a lot of them probably will. But the bigger these organizations get, like the ACO, they're getting 300, 200 singles players every one of their majors, and that's only helping the ACL too. The CCL, they've got a pretty good following. They're getting, I don't know, 40, 50 singles players. Some of them play ACL, some don't. But it all helps. It all helps at the end, man. It's all great for the game. So to be in the position you're in right now, Ryan, even you, Rob, being ACL pro and having the opportunity to play on ESPN, I mean, you guys are being like role models to all these other players. They want to be there where you're at,
Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I was just saying, it's definitely, the role models or want to be where you're at. Like you were talking about going to out of region, whatever, blind draw, and people just walking up to you and they know your name. Hi, you're Ryan, aren't you? They come to me all the time. You're Rob. You're the guy who owns Sportsman. You're the ACL pro, right? I've heard you on ESPN. They should probably say I've seen you on ESPN, but to me, I've heard you on ESPN.
We see Rob in the background. We see Rob in Matt Guy's background back there with his arms folded up.
Matt Guy and me are having a good time, man, all the time. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's humbling, though, to be recognized at any, for anything. I've served in the military. You don't really get recognized for that except for the holidays that we get, and people say thank you, but you almost have to wear something that denotes that. But you walk up to a blind draw and people are like, I've seen you, I've heard you, I know who you are. I've played with the bags that your company makes. It's crazy. It's humbling. It's awesome, and it's cool to be at this level.
Definitely. To what you were saying, Mike. Yeah. So everybody's watching it and wanting to get there. So there's a lot of local studs in every females and males in every area that's good that nobody knows about. And
right.
They just burst on the scene out of nowhere. I could tell you a handful of people here that a lot of people don't know about, but they will go to anywhere and compete with anybody. So, and I know that's in every area. So that just brings to everyone seeing this stuff on ESPN. They're like, I can do this. So then boom, next season they're at the qualifier and they're in the pro division and on ESPN the next thing. So everybody's wanting to get there, and it's definitely great for the game all around.
Yeah. There's nothing you can't tell me the ACL and their time on ESPN hasn't doubled or tripled the amount of players in the past 3 to 4 years. Because I know that's got to be the reason. It's definitely the reason.
Definitely. That's no brainer. I mean, at first it's, you tell people you play cornhole professionally, they just laugh, but then people start seeing it on ESPN and they start seeing the prize pools like, oh shit, they're getting paid this much to do what? Drink and do this? Yeah. So it's ESPN.
Drink and do this.
You talk to the average person, it's just like when they didn't before ESPN, it's just like, oh, that's cool. The tailgate game, I play at tailgates, but then people start to see it, whether they're in a bar or in the airport or something, they start seeing it on ESPN like, oh shit, this is the real deal. So it's definitely bringing awareness all around. It's more than just tailgating.
and you watch these games on ESPN and you see them on YouTube and the clips and the shots the people make, including yourself, you know, people making bag after bag, putting bags in the hole when there's like this much room, and making airmails and dragging bags and making airmails while knocking the opponent's bag off the back. Like, these shots are things that the average player that plays in their backyard or at tailgating, they look at it and go, oh my God, these guys are fucking good. You know what I'm saying? And it makes them want to get to that level. So yeah, and it's only going to get bigger, man. The players are getting bigger. How many pros, Rob? 256 are allotted?
Yeah.
256 pros. That's, you're going to keep
32
seeing
in the PDC, so
you're gonna see pros keep, you know, rotating in and out. You know, the top 40 will probably remain the same, but I guarantee like that bottom 100 is going to keep getting new players every year, man, because players are getting better.
Yep, and it's just going to keep getting more competitive each season. I mean, each year there's just going to be more talent pouring into it to where it's like, it's just going to be loaded from, I mean, it's already loaded from top to bottom, but
yeah, each
year, you know, like I think a certain amount gets dropped off and more people can qualify. So, and those people that's coming in qualifying, it's a lot of people know they're from their area. They're studs, like usually some studs are coming in, and it just adds to the elite talent that's already there. So you definitely got to bring your A game, like every game you play.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be throwing tens. You got to average an 11.3.
It is a grinding season too.
Yep. Yeah, it's a grind. You definitely I mean, the nationals are where you want to shine the most, because that's the you know, the broadcast events, but you know, you got all these opens everywhere, tune-ups, you want to go feel out the competition and things, go to there and get the, you know, feeling of what a national is going to be like. So yeah, it's definitely a grind.
Oh, I thought you had something, Rob. Oh
no, that's it. It's just a grind, and I have a couple of questions that I wanted to ask that were in my head. I wanted to know, Ryan, do you have a rival in the pro division, or ever? Like, was there a rival? Is there a rival that you love to play, hate to play, can't wait to play? Is there a rival?
I didn't think much of it at first, but after the Ohio Open, it's probably Jordan Power. We played each other first back in singles back in the Valley Forge, and I smoked him both games we played. He threw good, but I was on a mission. And then the championships, my second game, I got Jordan Power, and I don't know how many bags he threw in a row, maybe 30 or something. He got up 15-1 or 19-2 or something. I came back, it's 19-19, and he beat me. Then Ohio, the semis this was 2 weeks ago, semis go to the winner's final. We played. I threw an 11-3-8. I was on a mission. I think I threw like 79 out of 84 bags in the hole. He threw a 10-8-1.
Oh
I won the game.
Oh my
gosh. Like, I was on – this is the game before, Matt. If I would have threw this 11-8, I might have had a chance of beating him. But I threw that against Jordan to go to the winner's final, and then I was just – so I lost the game to Matt, and then I came back, had to play Jordan again. And we were battling. I got up 12-3. He came back. He ended up beating me 21-19 at the end. But I think we got a little – see, I told him about it afterwards, a couple of days after. I think we got a good little series going now. It's 2-2 right now. But I mean, no, it's 3. Actually, it's 3-2. It's 3-2 me, but we got a good series going. So I'd probably say Jordan Power.
That's nice too, because he's fun, man. Yeah, his style, he's fun.
A lot of people don't like his style. I like it. I give him shit. I told him the Conor McGregor walk, where he's like his hands are swinging when he throws a 4-bagger, hits a shot, but not. I like his style. I like how he plays. That's probably my rival right now.
I'm gonna have to check him out and check that swag out. Maybe you should draft him, man. Maybe he'd be a good teammate.
Hey, that might be my first pick. You never know.
And then, so my other question is, Sean didn't qualify or didn't even want to qualify again. Is that correct?
Yeah, he stepped down this year. He's a family man. He's got his kids are getting older, and so he's nothing wrong with that. I'll go back home and play him in the backyard and kick his ass. But
right, and he brought you to the game. What does that feel like? I mean, you guys had probably a good chance of seeing each other a little bit more when you're going to these events. So, what does that do for your family time? Seeing your brother like that. Is it? I mean, are you gonna miss him?
Oh yeah, I miss him traveling and stuff. But I mean, I can still, like I said, he's not too far away. They're back in Richmond and things, so it's like an hour and a half drive. I'm actually going there in a couple of days anyway, so I know I'll be over there. We'll be in the backyard freezing our ass off, throwing bags all night after we finish eating. But yeah, it feels good because I can always go back home, and he got me into the game, but I can always go back home when I want. We'll play, go out, or whatever. And before cornhole, it was Horseshoe, so that's always my battle partner on the boards and horseshoes and things. So yeah, I always can go back home and play them and things.
I grew up playing horseshoes, man. That was my go-to back. Probably my dad taught me how to play when I was 9, and I played up to 13. How did you throw your horseshoe? Did you have a special grip?
I threw the turn shoe, so it's like I gripped like the side of it, and I threw like the flick of the wrist, almost like a cornhole bag. So when I started playing cornhole, the motion was natural because I just threw it the same way I would release a horseshoe.
Did you ever throw with like the two, your pinky and your index finger, and you held the grips? On the end?
No, that's weird. No,
I used to throw like that, and then I would hold the back of the horseshoe and flip it. That was my best throw. But I haven't played horseshoes in a couple of years, man. I used to love playing.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I suck now. I tried to play a couple of years back. I couldn't even throw the damn thing halfway down there. I was trying to throw it like I throw a cornhole bag. And I was like, damn, these things are heavy, and the distance is like, it's further. So I was like, yeah, screw this. I'm going back to cornhole now.
Yeah, if you throw a bad shoe, man, that thing can get out and actually hurt somebody. Yeah, so that's why I don't throw. I don't want to.
And you only got 2 of them. You only got 2 of them. You got to make both of them count. You got 4. So.
That's good stuff, man.
What do you do, man, when you're not playing shoes, man? What's your other hobbies? I know you said you play football, but are you a movie guy, Netflix guy, read? What are you doing?
So obviously, besides the gym, I like to go to the gym a lot. Rob didn't know that, but yeah, I like to go to the gym a lot. But other than that, I play video games, Call of Duty, Madden. The winter, I like to snowboard a lot. A couple of friends, we like to go up to the mountains and snowboard. I'm not a Shaun White or anybody, but I like to say I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to say I'm not really good at all.
Yeah, so I do that. I like to watch Netflix and things like that. So I like to go to breweries. Breweries are also my thing.
Breweries? Yeah.
Yep.
They're seasonal for me. I get a taste every once in a while, but right now I'm not an IPA guy right now. I just drink vodka. Vodka, club soda, that kind of stuff, man. Yeah.
It warms you up while it's cold, right?
Hey, man, I'm low in calories, too. I mean, when you get my age, the metabolism slows down, so you got to, do what you got to do what you got to do, I'm jealous of you guys who can drink all them IPAs like that and just not gain a pound. Right, Rob? Aren't you jealous, too?
No. No jealousy. No need. You see this beard? What do I have to be jealous about?
All right.
Exactly. I'm trying to get to your level, Rob.
Appreciate it.
Well, hey, look, have we forgotten anything, Rob, before we sign off here?
Well, yeah. What is that? What is that you're tethered to? You look like a dog at the end of his leash with that headphone cord on there. What the heck's going on? Is it every time you try to pull away from the microphone, what to do? Pull you back? What's going on with that?
I was looking at that. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Hey man,
you're talking about me? Oh,
yeah,
you're
you.
talking about me. Well, okay,
See
so
that there?
I
See
gave
that
up my
tether?
seat, right, to Laura,
Yeah,
because she's
but not,
producing.
but not the headphones.
So
What's going
she
on?
made me use my red headphones, and they are stretched across the table here. And yes, they do kind of look like I have a leash. It's
You look
Laura's
like
leash.
a dog at the end of its leash, like stay
In
on
my
the leash,
defense,
bro.
your headset is like twice the size of my head, so
I mean, I got a big head. What can I say?
You gave it to yourself. Jeez, oh man. For body. Shadowing again. See? Big old shadow.
Well, hey, Ryan, man. Before we sign off, I just want to say thanks again for being on the show. Where are you playing next? If somebody wants to check you out live, where can they see you?
The next event will probably be next weekend in Virginia Beach. That's the open number.
Four, I think.
Four. Open number 4, Virginia Beach. It's going to be a big one. So I'll be partnering up with my pro partner Eric Anderson, and we'll be looking to take that down. So yep, that's next weekend, Friday through Sunday.
God, I wish we could go to that. I really want to go, but I think we got plans already, don't we? That's the first weekend in December.
well, the first weekend in December we'll be in the mountains.
Yeah, so I'll be in the mountains. It's Laura's fault. She wanted to go to Asheville.
Virginia Beach has mountains.
Virginia Beach has a beach, Laura. Ooh, she's a beach lady.
Yeah, a 35-degree beach. I bet you can't
really
wait.
cold. Yeah. All right, Ryan. If anybody wants to, you got something, Rob?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I want to talk about getting you back on here after you do draft your team and see how that dynamic's going to be, if that's okay with you. And of course, you, Mike. You know, we want to get Ryan back on once his teams are drafted, just so we can see how it's going to break down for him, see what teams he's going to form, and things like that.
Oh,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Once I draft my team, I'm going to talk all this shit after I draft my team. I'm assuming I got to go back and check, but I'm assuming I get to, since I'm the captain, I get to partner people up too. I would think that's how it works. I get to pick the teams.
Man, you are the guy. You're the team manager. It's all on you, man.
Perfect.
But then if you draft Matt Guy, he's got that seasoned veteran experience. He could probably, he's been playing with a lot of these guys for years.
He's got 1 year under his belt, man. Ryan's the veteran on the team.
Nah, man, Matt's the man. But no, I got. I'm gonna look into it because, I mean, everyone assumes I'm gonna draft Matt, but I mean, it's a lot that goes into it. Like, I got to figure out who the hell I would partner him with.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can partner him with me. You can partner with a can of corn. It doesn't matter. He's gonna throw an 11.38 at his end. The other guy only needs to throw a 6.
Well, if they're an ACL pro, they should be throwing a 10 at least.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I
should
said.
be enough. But hey, I did want to ask you this, Ryan. Did you make the video game?
I don't think I did. I got to check because I at first I didn't, but I got to check with Trey to see if I qualified for it. I hope I did.
Oh, okay.
I want to have a sleeveless character on there. I'm hoping.
I'm sure Hissner's probably on there, but he ain't gonna look like you in the non-sleeve.
I don't think Ryan would be holding a beer. He'd be holding a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Dumbbell
for sure.
Dumbbell and throwing bags in the other hand.
All right, Ryan, we're going to let you go, man.
You
Thanks again for being on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Smith from Virginia, ACL Pro, number 16 in the world, number 1 pick in the ACL Pro Team Draft. Ryan, thanks again, brother.
All righty, thank you guys for having me. See you later.
All right, Rob.
Appreciate
Good seeing
Ryan.
you again, brother. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. This is Mike and Rob. This is Sticky Side.
Cause we all just wanna be cornhole stars and keep ourselves and driving beat up cars. The crowd gets crazy and the beers ain't cheap. We get drunk all day so we just don't eat. And we hang out at the local bar, throwing bags in the hole like we have